Eamon, just quickly, we're walking. We had a chat there with Peter about calves. I mean, you said it. This light up my life. This is the roof here. This shed ticks all the boxes, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's super. Yeah.
Talk to me about kind of calf health this spring. What have you seen? What are the challenges?
It's been a tough spring, Tommy. Early in the spring, it was all coursing along okay.
Yeah.
Like a lot of springs, like a lot of our farmers would have preventative plans in place from vaccination point of view, colostrum management point of view, measuring colostrum, making sure the colostrum is good enough quality. Yeah. But as the spring dragged on, it got wet, calf houses filled up. Usually the earliest of the calves would be starting to head out maybe to outdoors, weren't able to, cows were still inside even, everything was starting to get packed in. Then we started seeing our little bits of calf scour, bits of pneumonia, you know. Now, the other side of that is there's been lots of preventative plans put in place even during the spring, where there's been outbreaks of pneumonia that we've helped get on top of and diagnose and solve. So look, it's been a tough spring from a calf health point of view. There's no point in saying otherwise. But I think a lot of people are getting out the other end of it now.
Where did the microbes fit in for you as a practice? And it's an interesting story. I don't know if Mike picked it up on the camera earlier on. You were the very, very first practice to use microbes.
Pioneer, Tommy. We're still waiting on the payback, but we'll get there, I'm sure we'll get there.
It was because I was seeing a mirage in relation to them working, and I gave them to you to trial them, and you came back to me. But I suppose, where has it evolved into in your veterinary practice now?
At the start, I remember coming to you at the time, kind of wanting a conversation about all the different products that were available to be put into milk and substituted with milk that were on the market, and it was a minefield. And I suppose we wanted to get a handle on it, and if possible, get some little bit of control over. We saw a lot of times we would go in and diagnose an issue with scour in particular, and then we would say, okay, you need to do X, Y, and Z. And the next time you come back, there'd be 2 or 3 different bits of products that'd be on the ground from maybe the local co-op or sales rep. And we used a bit of this and we used a bit of that, and we didn't really know what it was and was it doing any good, and you know, suddenly then was milk being fed properly? There was a lot of questions to be asked. So we chatted to you about it at the time. We said, look, I've got this product and I think it's a good thing, and we introduced it to one particular farmer. Stands out, the guy that was binding calves. He used it on pen 1 and 3, I think, and we said left the 2 controlled pens and wanted it for the rest of his calves before the trial was finished after 5 days, because he goes, the ones on it are brighter, they're up, they're going. And it's evolved from that into a lot of proactive use. The 30 mils for 30 days makes a huge difference, I think, especially the March-born calves where the pressure is on in the system. That, like, look, nobody really gets a lot of issues with early calves, but I think those March-born calves in particular, when the house is already full, pressure is on, things are getting a bit more rushed, the 30 mils for 30 days helps. There's a build-up of viruses and bacteria in the environment at that stage too. The proactive approach, I think, has reaped dividends. Now, don't get me wrong, we're still using it a lot in the recovery, in particular in treatment. Even, and we've talked about a lot, even the responsible antibiotic use story.
It's huge, isn't it, from that point of view?
Like, even if you take the marbafloxacins of the world, where, you know, the amoxicillin tablets, all those things that were being put into calves with calf scour, that, let's be honest, probably weren't doing a whole lot of good, maybe doing more harm than good. But when you have a product in Precision Microbes that you can say, look, okay, let's get some anti-inflammatories in, let's up the milk, some electrolytes, and we'll put this stuff in as well. I think it's helped to replace antibiotic use in a number of our farms anyway, definitely, you know.
That's good to hear. When you look at it, we chatted in the car about the calves and calf welfare. Like, look, this is such a story of calves.
This is the poster, like.
Yeah,
you know,
and
this is what you're talking about, and we've chatted about the welfare thing. Like, can you have calves in any better condition, environment than this? I don't think.
No, you can't. And happy, healthy calves. It's a testament to the farm here, isn't it?
100%, yeah.